So, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So, today is the shortest day of the year, I hear. It's winter solstice. And many people around the world have celebrating this. My friends this morning, Sandra and a few others, started sending me these beautiful messages and reminded me of the cycle of life, the cycle of coming and going, the cycle of change, the cycle of nothing is permanent. The cycle is all that we experience is transition. All that we're experiencing transition. And during this experience, as human beings, we have an identity. And in order to create that identity over time, we interact with the world. And when we interact with the world, we form bonds. Let's call them bonds. On the other side, we create boundaries. On one side, we create bonds. On the other side, we create boundaries. And boundaries we can create amongst people, amongst religions, and the stronger your boundary is, the more you're going to fight for it. So if your religious boundary is, I can only believe this and anything else is wrong, then whenever you come across any other worldview, you're going to fight it. You're going to fight that boundary because you're going to defend your boundary. But these boundaries are arbitrary. These boundaries are arbitrary. And the same thing goes with birth, life, death, rebirth. The same thing. Do you think we would need a God or a religion or any other belief system if there was no death? No. Because we wouldn't have the need to understand what life is about. So why do you need a God for? Because you're going to be here forever. There doesn't need to be any meaning. But the reality is, it is because there is some innate space in us that allows us to question. That question will not go away. And the question is inherent. And the question is, what is life about? What am I doing here? And what do I need to do? And how will I know I've got that? How will I know I've got that? These are kind of innate questions deep down inside us. But let me go back to the boundary. So one of the boundaries, which is an artificial boundary, is the boundary between life and death. The duality isn't life and death. The duality is birth and death, right? Two sides of the same stick, two sides of the same coin. Life, consciousness, awareness exists and continues to exist. This is really important to realize. So let me give you a real life analogy that you can apply to anything. And with any worldview, three questions will let you know if it's true or not. One is it logical? Two, is it experiential? Three, is it consistent? So an ice cube has a form. It's the material, you can see it, you can feel it, and it has a form. When it melts and it becomes formless, does the water disappear? No, can't. It can't. Now, we may not see that same ice cube, and therefore there is an absence in that ice cube as a physical ice cube. But that water, whether it has dispersed with everywhere or whether it's concentrated something, doesn't go anywhere. And every time we begin to recognize, okay, life, birth, life, death is this cycle, we begin to recognize, it gives us understanding. Understanding allows us to deal with the pain of loss. The pain isn't going to go away, and it shouldn't in any kind of loss. It's really important to experience it because it will change. And when it changes, we don't see it in the same way. So, realizing this cycle, allowing ourselves to recognize that we are too part of this cycle gives us certain understandings which are then good and valuable for our mental health. One, if we understand everything is change, then we become aware when we're trying to hold on to something to keep it the same. This becomes our illness, that we want to keep life to be like this. And because we are so determined to keep it like this, the more it changes or the more the changes arise, the more distressed we become. So recognizing this change helps us with our mental space. Recognizing that nothing is destroyed nor created, simply changes form from one form to another, allows us to recognize there is no loss as such, but there is certainly an absence. And that absence is honored through, in cases of bereavement, through grief, through pain that is hard to express, but it comes out as suffering. And that suffering is a very legitimate part of the human experience. To know what it means to love, to know what it means to lose. And as we were speaking before we began, all love stories end in pain. All love stories. There's only one love story that will not end in pain, and that is when you find yourself. But that's a different story. But most external stuff, doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter what it is, parents, husbands, wives, children, whatever it always ends in a tragedy one way or another. Recognizing that this is the ultimate, that life is a start, middle, end. Everything is change. Nothing can be held on to. With these little bits of wisdom that we can have and see in front of us, we can allow ourselves to navigate in a way that doesn't become too overbearing. Which brings me to my second point, which is boundaries and bonds that we create. So, with relationships, with people, with ideas, we create these bonds. So, we're in this moment at the moment with humanity, where humanity really is running out of time for itself, because it's obvious for everyone to see that the entire space has become very chaotic, has become very insecure. There seems to be this huge dissonance, cognitive dissonance, when you know something is wrong, but no one's doing anything about it. Yeah, when you know something is wrong, but no one's doing anything about it. And those who have the capacity to do anything about it refuse to do everything about it or anything about it. This cognitive dissonance is those who have perception are able to see how it's grown over the last few years. It has now come to a bit of a pinnacle. And this pinnacle means that if you want to head into 2024 and you want to head into 2024 with some stability, with some ability to be able to navigate the changes, then ask yourself the question, am I relying on an external savior or am I able to look after myself? Are you taking responsibilities for yourself? And what does that mean? That means cultivate peace for yourself because the chaos outside ain't going to do it for you. It's that kind of responsibility. Take care of your own health because the health system cannot be relied upon. Take care of your health, your well being, your physical health, your mental health. Why? Because the food system cannot be trusted anymore. Take care of your wealth. And one man once asked me this question. They were from some indigenous place in South America. And he said to me, he asked me, he goes, how rich are you? And I said, well, what do you mean? How rich am I? I said, well, I've got a car and a house. He said, no, you're just as rich as your pantry. And that was my understanding. Ah, how true. If that switch is off, how long are you going to eat? Your credit card's full. Becomes really evident that we have given all authority to another. As a result, as a result, we ourselves are now in this chaos. So, for me, 2024 is a very simple message, which is either the political game and the political games continue and humanity is sacrificed towards another kind of humanity, which may not be quite humanity, or individuals begin to recognize that change needs to happen and they take that responsibility for themselves. For 2024 is a year in which you ain't got time. You either do it or you lose the game. That's all there is to it. Why? Because you can see the chaos around you is beyond your control. So you can't do that. All you can do is to look after yourself, bring that authority to yourself, take responsibility, and use those tools that you have been graced with to prepare yourself to ensure that you have a safe, supportive, healthy transition through this, what will become in years to come, the trauma that humanity went through. When you go through trauma, you never realize. It's only afterwards. And the changes that are going on now, it'll be a it'll be a miracle if 1 in 10 people have a job in 5 years' time or 10 years' time with the advent of AI and everything else that's going on. So how does humanity adapt to those changes? It doesn't die, it just adapts. Maybe a different way of living. So 2024 for me marks this transition. That yes, nothing remains the same. Everything changes. What we get attached to, what we try and keep, will bring us much problems because you can't get attached to anything. So recognizing this cycle, recognizing the cycle that we are going through has to happen the way it is happening. Allowing yourself to have that trust will allow ourselves to transition through what I would call our traumatic period of humanity. Yeah. Okay, we'll do some meditation now. A few days ago, we asked the question, how do we know where something is sacred or is a space that is sacred? How would we know that? And many people give many different answers, but today perhaps we can enter our meditation with that inquiry. How do we know something is sacred? So allow yourself to just have that in your mind for a moment, just to think about now. How would you know that something is sacred? Okay. And now we're going to drop that and we're going to go into becoming present. So as you breathe in, you're going to bring your awareness to your body itself. And you're going to make sure, if you can, that your back is straight and upright. Your shoulders are pulled back. Just allow your chin to tuck in slightly so your neck feels a little bit stretched but comfortable. Your eyes are closed. Bring your focus towards your eyes. Your mouth is closed. And as you breathe in, you're going to take a moment to notice your posture. You're going to take a moment to notice if there's anything in your body at this moment that draws your focus, like a pain, an ache, a tightness, an itch, a thorough streak. And you're going to draw your focus within yourself for a moment. Notice where the mind is, if there is somewhere that is dominating or something that's dominating your mental space. Just acknowledge it. And then moving towards your chest. Allow yourself to notice how you're feeling at this moment. Whatever it is, it's okay. Next breath in, bringing your focus now towards the top of your head. Imagine a hula hoop. As this hoop begins to come down, it begins to scan your body. And what it's scanning for are sensations that are dominant. So these could be pains, aches, tightness, itch, all the way down. And once again, if you just draw your focus to your whole body and see if there's anything that you can locate. Next breath in, you bring your focus gently to the seat you're on. And you want to allow yourself to feel and recognize that you are supported, you are held. You're not going to go anywhere. No matter where you feel the mind takes you, you yourself, like myself, are actually embedded in this present moment. We're embedded in the space we're in. We can't be anywhere else. We're embedded on the ground that holds us. And the breath you can draw can only be drawn with the air that's in front of you, not anywhere else. While your body, my body, is embedded in the here and now, the mind can think about the future and the past. So bringing your focus back to yourself. Next breath in, bring your focus to your seat and notice the sensations within the body. And as you breathe in, you allow this awareness to move up so you become aware of your hips. And the objective of this exercise is notice sensations. And then allow this awareness to move down your thighs towards your knees. From your knees, you allow this awareness to move down your legs, scanning the back of your legs, scanning the front, and from your ankles, becoming aware of your feet. And then notice the soles of your feet. Next breath in, bring your focus back to the seat you're on. Notice the back is straight and upright. And then as you breathe in, bringing your focus from your lower back, moving it gently up to the middle back. Remember, you're looking for sensations. From your middle back, you move up towards your shoulder blades. Notice your shoulders. See if you can allow your shoulders to soften a bit. And then gently moving your focus from your shoulders down to your elbows. From your elbows, gently moving down to your wrists. Palms of your hands. Fingers on your hands. And then bringing your focus towards your eyes. Once you're at your eyes, notice that you have awareness of darkness. In fact, you are this awareness. As you breathe out, allow your eyes to soften. Next breath in, bringing your focus towards your lips. And just notice the sensations on your upper lip, lower lip. And then moving your focus within your mouth. Notice the roof of your mouth, the inside cheeks. Notice your tongue. Allow it to soften. Allow your jaw to soften. And then as you breathe out, you allow your face to soften. Next breath in, once again becoming aware of your whole body as best as you can. Is there anything dominant in the body that draws your attention? And then bringing your focus just beneath your nose and begin to watch your breath. On your next breath in, bringing your focus to your inner space. What's going on with your thoughts and what's going on with your emotional space. Do you feel alert or do you feel drowsy? Are you able to focus or are you distracted? And then bringing this focus to your chest, and you begin to notice the movement of your chest in rhythm with your breath. Stay with your breath, stay with your chest. Stay with your chest, stay with your breath. And then moving your focus a bit deeper into yourself. Try and get to the very heart, the very core of yourself. And just to hold your focus there, at your heart center, waiting. Waiting to notice how you're actually feeling. Do you feel settled or do you feel unsettled? Right this moment. On your next breath out, you open your awareness to all the sounds, noises around you. Begin to listen. Not looking for any sound, not working it out, not judging it, just listening. You can listen to the sounds, you can listen to the noises, you can listen to your thoughts. Just listening. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose and begin to watch your breath. Stay with your breath. If you find your focus has drifted, notice where it goes, bring it back to your breath. Noticing the in-breath as a start and an end, noticing the out-breath as a start and an end. Allowing the breath to breathe by itself. Stay with your breath. Allow the breath to breathe by itself. Now to get a bit deeper into this space, begin to follow your out-breath all the way till the end. You want to notice exactly when it finishes. Allowing every out-breath to move you deeper, alert yet relaxed. Stay with your breath. Now notice how the breathing has changed. Does the breath feel light or does it feel heavy? Stay with your breath. Stay with your breath. Does your breath feel long or does it feel short? And now, as best as you can, bring your focus to the sound of your breath. And now, with your same focus, allow it to open to all the sounds around you, including the sound of your breath. Any sound, any noise, acting like a receiver. listening. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose, sitting with your breath in silence. Stay with your breath. Notice your experience. If it feels peaceful, focus the peace. If it feels silent, focus on the silence. If you feel relaxed, focus on the relaxation. Notice the absence of time. On your next breath out, once again expanding your awareness, including your whole body as best as you can. Again, notice if there's any discomfort in the body itself. Bringing your focus to the chair, the floor, the seat you're on. Notice how well you held in place. Sensations where your body makes contact with your seat. And once again, using those sensations, allowing our focus to move up towards the hips, gently moving down the thighs towards our knees, scanning the back of your leg, scanning the front of your leg. Noticing your feet, and then gently bringing your focus to the soles of your feet. Once again, go back to your seat. Notice your back is straight and upright. Shoulders, arms, hands comfortable. Your eyes are still closed, your mouth is still closed, and your face is relaxed. Once again, coming back to your breath. And as the breath comes in, you can sense your body. As the breath goes out, you can sense your body. Breathing in, I am at peace. Breathing out, I am at peace. In a few moments, you will hear the sound of another bell. Use this bell to draw a few slow, deep breaths in, and in your own good time, gently opening your eyes. Take your time.